Hey legends, just a heads up, there will be spoilers in today's episode. Once again, there will be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the show or you haven't seen it in its entirety, please skip today if spoilers bother you. If not, let's jump in with today's episode.
I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to On the Bubble podcast. Just another reminder, if you didn't catch it in the intro, today will contain spoilers. So, following the death of Laurel Lance of Earth 1 in Season 4 of CW's Arrow, a massive boycott campaign driven by the hashtag #NoLaurel, that might be the best hashtag we've had yet, had fans actively calling out the poor treatment of Laurel's character by the writers and how they planned, they being the viewers of the show, big fans of the show, planned to stop watching Arrow as a result of Laurel's death. As regular listeners to this podcast would know, I recently watched all of Arrow to completion. I'd seen bits and pieces of it before, but I watched Season 1 through Season 8, a massive binge session, and kind of took over my life there for a little while. And I honestly couldn't agree more that no character in Arrow, and I've watched a fair bit of the Arrowverse now since having rewatched Arrow. I'm not sure any character in the Arrowverse in totality got done dirtier than Earth 1's Laurel Lance. So the campaign's main aim was to make sure that the showrunners of Arrow not only recognised that fans thought Laurel's death was an awful decision, but also that her arc and her character in general was handled poorly from the get-go. So it was a pretty pointed campaign. Essentially, how could you do this to this character? We're out. And I kind of like that vibe. If writers are going to play loose and fast with much-loved characters and not really give them at least the ending that they deserve as a character, I think more campaigns need to have this spirit. Hey, writers, might be time for you guys to get in the ocean. To finish up today, though, I think this is an example of when you can't vote directly with your wallet, meaning that at the time this show wasn't on a streaming service where you could just press cancel and then suddenly you've pulled money out of the system. This was a ratings-based environment, being the CW. So taking away your ears, your eyes, your attention from the product and knocking those ratings down a few pegs, and I should have done some research to find out whether that actually happened, but I'm going to hazard a guess that it did because that seems to be the general pattern of all Arrowverse shows, that Season 1, 2, 3 generally are on an upward trajectory, and then Season 3 or 4 onwards, they're on a downward trajectory. So I'm just going to assume that that happened with Arrow, and I'll put a link in the show notes to their actual ratings. But nevertheless, they lost a portion of the no Laurel, no Arrow crowd. They were people that were watching the show, that were loyal to the show, that were no longer part of that audience, generating ratings and eventually returns for the studio. Righto guys, thank you for listening today. Once again, my name's Josh. Make sure you check out the Gonna Geek Network. All the links are in the show notes. Can't wait to speak with you again, and bye for now.